Is that better? Is that better? Any good? Any good, any good? Morning, Denise. Morning. Yay. Yeah, I can hear myself now actually on my computer. Yay. Sorry, you'll have to turn that bit off. That's better. I was out chatting away there. Gosh. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello. I'll say hello to everybody again now. Hello, Laura. Hello, Shelley. Hello, Sue. Hello, Dina. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Denise. Hello. Good morning, Jackie. The other Jackie. Good morning. Good morning. I was saying, Laura, it seems like about 50 years since I've last spoke to you. It's been a long time. That's so much better. Hi, Elaine. Good morning. I was just saying, my hands look parched because it's so cold here. It's like I've been in the bath for 5 hours, but I haven't got a bath. But the lag on my video is very bad. It's about, it's very, very laggy. And sometimes when you come back out of it, you can't always get back in. But anyway, we'll try. Let's see. Okay. Hi, Gillian. Good morning. Yeah, so I can't get back into my live now on that one. There we go. I know it does seem ages. Let's have a catch up. We'll have a catch up soon. Hi, Jill. Good morning. Good morning. So this morning we will be mainly making a little Alice in Wonderland album. I hope my hands are moving. My hands seem... Is it stuck? Is the screen frozen now? Steve, is the screen's frozen? Steve! The screen's frozen now. For goodness sake. Yeah, frozen screen. Oh, for goodness sake. What a start. You can still hear me okay, can't you? Yeah, no, it's stuck. We don't know what's going on. Gremlins this morning because it's cold. We're just working on it. Bear with. I know, because he's got his ears in, he can't hear me. Is it okay now? We're moving now. We're moving. Yeah, that's not moving, but that's moving. Okay, right, we're back. We're back. Blooming heck, what a morning. Yeah, so that's it. We're okay. We're okay. We've got a bit of a glare, but that's just the plastic. Okay, right, so I'm making a little Alice in Wonderland journal using the Return to Wonderland Beautiful Things by Prima, which are available on the website. Honestly, it's not an April Fool. I promise you, it might have been, but no, we're not that intelligent to do that. We haven't got the wherewithal, have we, Steve? No. He's shaking his head. So I'm going to be using some of the journaling note cards, and these are the Return to Wonderland ones. I'm also going to be using the Return to Wonderland 6x6 paper pad, which is just delightful. I absolutely adore this collection. And I may or may not, it just depends how I feel. I might be using some of the resin pieces from the mould, which is that one. So it's like a mushroom fest. I don't know what's going on. Yep, it's frozen for everybody. No sound either now. Well, is that again?
It's plugged in.
Oh,
it's back again now.
Oh, it's back again. Is the sound back?
Yeah.
The sound's back. Okay. I'm just going to say, if it goes again, I'm going to come out of this live and start a new one on my phone. So if it happens again, bear with, and I'll just come back out and start a new live, and we'll just see what happens next. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is do the cover first. So I'm using set 5, and this is templates 1A, 1B, and 1C is the insert. And the idea is I'm going to make a little pocket page journal, and no swearing. I'm no going to swear, don't be swearing. Hiya Jade. I'll just try and rush really quickly, and then hopefully we'll get through it. So what I've done, I've already drawn round to save like a 2-minute bit of time. I've already drawn round some grey board for the front cover, and I've drawn round that twice. Hiya Joan, hiya lovely. So I've drawn around it twice, but what I've also done, so usually what I do for this, I use these holes to put the little jump rings, the book rings, to attach my journal. But for this one, I'm actually going to be using some ribbon, and I also want it to be able to sort of flip the pages. So usually it's attached by jump rings, so there's a little bit of give in the spine, but I'm doing things slightly different today. Hi Glynis, hi Brian. So what I've done, I've used the template B, which is the page template, which is this one, which has this extra little spine here. Put it towards me, sorry. I always forget because normally I'm usually up here, but I'm down here, aren't I? So I'm going to use this spine to actually use this as a spine down the cover. I am a rebel, but it just shows you can make different things with the templates. That's what I always say. A bit of experimentation does not do nobody no harm, because without experimentation you wouldn't have chips and you wouldn't have sliced bread. That's what I say about everything. There we go. We wouldn't have diets either, would we? Exactly. But I've got my stone award. I lost £4.5 last night, so I've lost 1 stone 2 pounds in a month. And I also got 3 certificates last night: my stone, my slimmer of the week, and slimmer of the month. So I've drawn down that spine, and I'm actually going to chop it off. I know. It's just going to be a little bit different, this book. I think it's going to work. I hope it's going to work. But if it doesn't work, it don't work. I'm fine with that. So I've done that. What's a diet? Well, no, it's a food. It's just a different way of eating food. We're not allowed to call it a diet. I know, and apparently they're not going to be calling sins soon on Slimming World. That's all going to change, because sins means it's bad, but no food is bad, apart from chocolate and crisps and bread and everything. Apparently. So I've got the front and the back cover that has 2 pieces to each. Okay, so I'll just recap that. I've drawn around the cover twice, so that's that bit. And normally I would use jump rings to attach all my pages, etc. But for this little one, I'm on Slimming World, Brian. And I still eat normal things, but just normal different. And then I've cut, using this bit, I've cut that little strip off the covers. So I've got 2 pieces for each cover. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've actually got some, and I've just found this in my stash that I was destashing. But any cover paper will do, whatever you want to use. You can use scrapbook paper, whatever. I've just got some really nice handmade paper. But you can literally use what you want. Any of you, if you've got 12 by 12. But I'm going to use this. Get it out of the packet. Some handmade paper. Yep, I'm moving it down. I'm being told. Thank you, Jill. Move it down. So I'm actually going to use this. Exactly, Gillian. That's exactly what it is. So I'm going to use, I don't know if it's going to fit actually. Let's just see. I don't know whether I'll get to out that one. Oh no. I'll just have to use 2 different. Oh no, it might do actually. It might do. It might do. Yeah, it'll do. Okay, so I've moved it down. I've done as I'm told. And then what I'm going to do is actually just glue this so that there's approximately a 1/4 inch gap between the spine and the cover piece. Like that and like that. So let's get my trusty, that's Crafty glue. And hopefully it'll come out because I've had the, oh yeah, it will come out because I've had the lid on it. Yeah, just be careful where you're squeezing it. That was a fortuitous drip, that. So I'm just going to glue both of these covers to that piece of handmade paper. And as I say, any paper will do. And then let's just stick that down, and I'm going to cut the excess off. But then what I'm going to do is just pop that. So if it's easier, put yourself a little ruler against the side of it, because we want a little bit of a gusset, glynis, a nice glynis gusset, so that it's got some movement in the hinge. And then the same for that side. Waffle? I don't know if you can hear Waffle. He's having a little wash. He's a right noisy nibbler. Noisy Nibbler, that's his nickname. Okay, so about a 1/4 inch front and back cover, and that will give some movement to the pages. Movement like that, not like that, like that. Okay, and then let's get that cut. Now I'm going to try my craft knife, however, with it being fibrous handmade paper, it might be a bit tricky, but no, it's working. Oh, there we go. Okay. So just be careful when you're cutting it down, because obviously that glue's still a little bit wet. Oh, shush, don't say anything too soon, Glynis. Don't be tempting fate. You know what my internet's just been doing. So I'm just going to cut around the excess of both the front and back cover. But I like the size of this journal. You know me, I like a chunky monkey. And this is... Oh, I'm just going to cough a second. Oh, dear me. And this is the perfect size for the 6x6 and the journaling cards. What's GMTA mean? Don't understand. What does that mean, Jackie? Don't understand. There we go. So I've got one for the front, one for the back. Great minds think alike, thank you very much. Okay, so one's going to be the back cover, so I just need to make sure that's nice and stuck down. And one for the front cover, like that. So the book itself is just sort of going to be hinged like this. So we really need to make sure that's nice and stuck down. Great minds think alike, Jill. I know, I didn't have a clue. And I'm just going to cut a little bit more of that spine off there, because it's just impeding. There we go. And what I normally do is add tape to it, but I've not this time. And that'll be my downfall, won't it? But we'll be fine. Okay, so I want the inside bits. So let's get some more card. And this time I think I've got some, just some nice brown card, craft card. So this is going to be stuck on the inside. So again, let's get some glue all the way around, and I'm also going to put some tape along the top and bottom. So Laura has got some, well, I'm saying she has. You did have some of the tissue tape, which is very nice to use as your quick grab while your glue's drying. Hi Diane. Okay, so I'll just peel the back off this. It is very, very sticky, isn't it? Oh, Dee, you're alright, lovely lady. I was only thinking about you this morning when I was getting dressed. Well, yeah, I need to find your address again. Let's try and pull the back off that one. It's probably easier to stick the tape down before you stick the glue down. There we go. I think it's because my fingers are absolutely frozen. Yes, please, Dee. I can scroll through thousands of posts, but if you just send it me again, that'd be cool. Thanks, lovely. Okay, right, so one's a bit paler than the other side. So let's just shove that on there. And then the same on that one. But this time, why don't you stick the tape on first? It's a lot easier. And Jill, you can be my monitor for putting me projects further down the page. I keep forgetting that I've changed my camera angle. I'm so used to it being further up. But you can be the the camera angle responsible adult today. We've got neighbour dog barking. As per usual, Tuesday. They must leave it out all day on a Tuesday. Gosh, isn't it exciting? Oh, thanks, Dee. I vaguely remember how to get there. It's just, obviously, a postcode would be quite nice. and I might just get 2 from an A4 sheet. There we go. I know it doesn't look very straight. It'll be fine once everything's chopped and cut up. We'll have it looking fairly straight and even. And it's Alice in Wonderland after all, so it's got to be a little bit quirky, hasn't it? There we go. Oops. It's a bit wonky donkey. Okay, so these are the covers, and I'll just put these to one side once they're done. Well, I'm giving you responsibility. I'm trusting you. I'm taking you out your comfort zone, lovely. It's usually Gillian, but Gillian's having a rest today. Right, so very, very gently, I'm going to just use my bone folder. There's my other one. I like the other one better. Just very gently going to very gently tease this up. So find where your little gusset is and just gently, gently tease that up. So that's why we like a big gusset, because obviously we've got 2 lots of paper that's got to help that bend. And that is being a bit naughty, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use some of my gel medium to stick that down as well, because it's very fibrous. So I'm using my Pentart Heavy Body Gel, Everybody Gel, just to make sure that's properly stuck down. The fibres are just peeling off, unfortunately, and I didn't put enough glue on to start with, so to make sure I've got a really nice adhesion, just going to wipe some of the Heavy Body Gel onto that. That's better. That's better. See, that bit's more stuck, but let's just double check. There we go. That's better. There we go. And I'll just do that on the other side. See, that's nearly stuck, that one. I'll probably put more glue on that one. That one's more or less stuck. It was just that first one. I think I was a bit skinny with my glue. So if in doubt, slather Heavy Body Gel on it. There we go. Let's just do that. There we go. See, that one's better than the other one. Okay. Panic averted. I think everybody needs some Heavy Body Gel in their little craft stash. It's just perfect for lots of different projects. I'm actually going to use it in a second to do some embossing as well. Okay, so let's find my gusset. So there's your gusset again. So gently, gently, just rub up and down and gently tease that fold in your cover. Gently tease it. And what was it? You're very naughty. That's how you tease it. There you go. So it doesn't need to have much of a tease. It's just to give it some movement, and let's just shove a bit more under there. Yes, probably second thoughts about using this handmade paper. There's a reason it was sat in the packet forever and a day. Okay, so we've got the back cover and the front cover done. And let's just tidy the edges up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be the front and that's going to be the back. So I'll just set them to one side for a second, let that gel work, and then I'm going to work on the pages. And as I say, I'm doing 4 pages, but they're going to have 2 pocket pages and then a little flip out pages. And you can add extra bits and pieces to it if you want to. Have you lost me again? Hi, Karen. Can you still hear?
Everything's working.
Can you still hear me? Yeah, I can hear me. Can everybody still hear me? Hello?
It's working this end.
It's working. I think it's just you, Jackie. Can somebody else just say that you're still there? All okay. Yeah, it's you, Jackie. Need to pay your bill, love. That's fine. We're all fine. Love handmade lap, but having learned from your mistakes today, I won't be using it. Add you back. What's handmade lap? Oh, handmade paper. Yeah, it's probably easy if you do a bigger piece and wrap it round, then you know it's going to stick. But I didn't have enough of that page to do it, but it's fine because that heavy body gel will give a really nice bond. Okay, so for my pages I'm going to use this piece, which is 1B, and this gives you the chance of a pocket page but also a flip out page, however you want to do it. So I've got my A3 paper, so I should be able to get 2 out of each sheet, so 1 sheet for each A4 sheet for 1 page, 1 sheet. So I'm just going to line this up to get my 2 pocket pages, marking all the score lines. And I'm just going to mark in those holes for now. I might not use them all, but I'm going to mark them in. So I'll do that twice. So I've still got little bits left that I can use for tags or different things. Thank you very much, Jill. I appreciate it. This is set 5D. This is set 5, which makes a really lovely little chunky journal. And usually I use book rings to attach the pages, but I'm actually going to use ribbon because it's Alice in Wonderland theme. So some of the, you know, the lovely braid that you've got would work as the fastener as well. Dee and I have got a very lovely attraction to all things fancy fabric, haven't we, lovely lady? I've actually been doing quite a bit of quilting this week for some of my glasses cases makes and things like that. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that I don't cut the wrong flaps off. So this makes a top loading pocket page if you cut it out as it is on the template. And I just need to add the little holes there just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, but I think I'm only going to use 3 holes when I put it together. And then let's score down these lines. So just lining up top and bottom score lines. And don't forget to score this side as well. So that's what's going to help your page on the with the cover. And do the same with this one, and then I'll do the flip out pages as well. I got confused then because I need to cut that bit out as well. I did confuse myself. There we go. So let's get those scored down. And don't forget as well, once the video has been finished today, I'll upload it onto That's Crafty Creatives, well, That's Crafty YouTube channel. So I'll put the link on the page when I've finished the project so that you can re-watch it, because as we know, all the videos on Facebook are going to be deleted after so many days now. You can't keep them. So as a permanent record, we're going to upload everything that we do on That's Crafty Creatives up on That's Crafty YouTube channel. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Well, I did a little de-stash on Saturday, which was brilliant, but you just basically just made money and then spent it on somebody else's stall. Somebody was selling their Sizzix dies off, you know, the big chunkers, the old yellow, red and green ones. One of the stallholder next to me, so I had to purchase them because she offered me a deal. £7 for a box full. I'm not kidding. But a lot of them I use for my fabric cutting and for my applique, like little pigs and little rabbits and little dogs, things like that. Okay, so I've folded that, and then all I'm going to do is just add some of my tissue tape first, and then some of my That's Crafty adhesive. Fold that over to create a pocket page. Well, I didn't buy too much. Somebody was selling. I got some 2 packs of the what's it called? The Heartfelt Creations packs that have the dies, the papers, the stamps, and one of them even had some of the shaping moulds in it. And I bought some felting wool in different colours because I like a little bit of felting as well. But honestly, a lot of people on the group chat were saying, you know, they've spent more than they actually took. Okay, so I'm going to just fold that over. So I've applied glue to my flaps. Fold that over to that score line there. And then what that does, it creates a top loading pocket page there with a little flappy hinge that's going to be attached to my cover. So that's one of the pages. Excuse me. And then I'll do the same with the other one. Excuse me. Oh dear. I've got a right tickly cough this morning. Kitty's just staring at me on the floor. I don't know what he wants. Make sure everything's nice and folded. Oh, you made felt once. Oh no, this is just stabby felting. I can't do. There's one on Sunday that I think my mum, my niece, my sister, and even my great nephew wants to do it. He's 11 and he wants to do it. It's a gnome, a felted gnome. And I've had to book him a place as well, but I can't do it because I'm running a workshop Sunday morning. Oh yeah, I watched Adolescence. Oh gosh, very hard hitting, but very, very good. Very scary if you've got kids, teenagers and that, gosh. And then fold that over to create another pocket page. So I've got 2 pocket pages, and then the other 2 are just going to be flip out pages. So I'll just see if I've got enough left on that sheet. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. It's fine. I've got another sheet somewhere. So for this one, I am not going to add the flaps to it because I don't want pocket pages. So all I'm going to do is just draw around the edge of it. Now, if you wanted a single page, obviously, all you would do is just draw around this section here, but you must always remember to keep your spine on it there on the left. So you can either do this as a double, a single, or a pocket. It's entirely up to you. So what I might just do then, I might just do a single. I'll just do a single, or shall I do a double? No, if I don't do a double, I'll start twitching because it won't be even, will it? There we go. So let's just draw around that because I like a little bit of symmetry in my projects. There we go. So that's our second lot of pages. So the book construction should be fairly quick, but the benefit of this one is you can put as many pages in as you would like. Because they're all added individually, you can just stack them as many as you want. There we go. So I've got that one and that one. There we go. Well, I could do a single page as well, couldn't I suppose? I might just do that. I might add 6 pages. We'll see. Just to add my little details. So I've got, let's just give those a fold. Oh, and also I've got like little list of things in my head that I need to remember to say. Also, don't forget to go on that Crafty website because they've got a brand new release of MDF. Absolutely beautiful. I'm very much tempted by the windmill house and also the mushroom bookends, but I like all of them. But the windmill house is sort of like a tea light, but not a wooden, not a proper tea light, not a fire tea light because you'd set fire to it, but an electric tea light, a little battery one. and it also can be used as like a storage caddy as well if you for tea. So the idea is that will fold in and it'll just be a flappy page like that. So we'll do the same with that one. So that is going to be a flappy page as well. So I've got 2 flappy pages, I've got 2 pocket pages. So 2 flappy, 2 pocket. And then what I might do is 2 single pages. I'll do that. Right, I'll use that paper. Might be able to get 2 off that one. If I do it that way, I should be able to get 2 off that page. So obviously I'm just going to do this single page, still with the spine. Oh, good morning, Kitty P. You alright, pal? Go on then, keep going if you're going over there. Go on, keep going, good boy. There you go. Do you add extra card into the spine to allow room between the pages for decorating the pages and stuff in the pockets? I didn't add any extra card. I don't understand, Shelley. I don't understand. I don't quite understand what you mean, Shelley. Sorry, lovely. Right, I'm just going to add that there. Can't see that line under there.
Everything good on it?
Yeah, I think so. Kitty just wants somewhere that he can go and lie down because I've used his space there. He normally settles in the middle of the table, so he just needs a bit of extra space creating for him. Here you go. Okay, 1, 2. Do you extend the spine if you want to add more? Do you cut extra spine pieces to bulk it out to create space between the pages? Do you mean when they're stacked on top of each other? Because it's going to be ribbon hinged, ribbon fastened, it's going to be quite loosely tied, so there'll be space in between. I think, if that's what you mean. If that's what you mean. But I might actually do something a little bit special as well with them in between. So because they're not going to be stacked completely flat on top of each other. Yep. So the spine itself, this bit, is not going to have a spine. It's like an open spine. So although the pages are stacked on top of each other, I'm going to do a loose binding, but I'm also going to use something special in between. Yeah. So it's not going to be stuck flat, because obviously that makes it quite tight, doesn't it? It's going to be a loose spine, but with extra features. Because I thought I'd give you a little bit of April delight today, because it's a new month and all that jazz. Yeah. I've got some nice fabric that I had left over from cutting up my glasses cases. But I know what you mean now. Yes, there will be something added to the spine, but probably not what you think. Because I'm a bit cheeky like that. You'll just have to wait and see. So what time are we on? Oh gosh, I don't think we're going to be finished at 12, but we'll see. No, we're definitely not going to be finished by 12. But hopefully when it's all done, it comes together quite quickly. I'm not going to mess about choosing for very long the pages and papers that I'm going to be sticking on the front of these. And I might not decorate all of the pages. I can just do that in my leisure time. But I'll certainly try and get the cover done. I know, the power. I like making you hang on a thread. I like it a lot. I know, but it just gives you a little bit more inspiration as well, doesn't it? Okay, so how I'm going to construct my page, it's going to have a single page, it's going to have a pocket page, and then there's going to be a flap out page, and then it's going to be a flap out page, a pocket page, and a single page at the back, because I do like a bit of symmetry. There you go. Oh gosh, one of your son's carers said in April Fools. Oh, I don't like April Fools, I have to say. We used to have, the teachers used to do it at school, didn't they? Send you for a four-legged tripod, or for some. Oh, I got sent for getting some tartan paint once from the art department. I got sent for tartan paint. That's just mean, isn't it? Okay, so that's my front page, like that, and then that's going to be my back page, like that. Okay, so I've got 6 pages, so let's just decorate the front page. Sky hooks. Sky hooks, that's quite funny. Okay, so I've got my little front cover here. Let's just bend that up. There we go. So that's my front cover. I'm really not liking this this handmade paper. Do you know what? I'm gonna bin it. Because it's getting on my nerves. It's stuck in a lot of places. But I'm just gonna, let's just get rid of it. Let's just get rid of it because it's causing me pain and hasslement. And because it's that fibrous, it just wants to pull off. Oh, long wait. Yeah, that was one, wasn't it? So, if in doubt, it's only paper at the end of the day. So let's just rip that off. Just rip it off. I've ripped it. That's it. I've done it. Right. Gosh, that was very dramatic, Kitty. I think you might want to go out, Steve. Oh yeah, don't peel off when you're stuck fast. It would have stuck and dried, but I've no patience. That's my problem. That's it. So, a nice idea, but poorly executed because I didn't wait long enough for the glue to dry. But that's fine. It probably would have worked if I'd have wrapped it over. But it's fine, we can fix it. As I say, it's just paper. And it's been in my stash forever, so it's not like I miss it. Right, that'll do. That'll do, donkey. Well, we're off to a good April today, aren't we? Coming freezing screens and rubbish paper. There we go. So it's definitely not the glue, it's the paper's a bit rammy. There we go. Okay. Yeah, tartan paint or striped paint. Okay, right. So, as if by magic, we've got 2 covers that need covering. And let me just measure them. So they are, just slightly bigger than 6 by 6. So I'm going to use just some of my cartridge paper. I'm not doing any messing. I am showing you how not to do it. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going back to that's Crafty multi-purpose adhesive and using my cartridge paper. So I know that will stick. I know it will. I just know it will. Okay. I've got glue coming out of every orifice at the minute. Exactly, don't do as I do as I say. And if this doesn't stick, I'm going to cry. It should stick, this. Okay, so let's get my knife. I'm just going to cut down the sides so I can get this front cover decorated. So if you wanted your lunch early, hard luck. I think today, I don't know what I fancy for my lunch. I might have some couscous. Couscous with chickpeas, roasted chickpeas in it. Nice. I've also got some salmon left, smoked salmon bits, so I might have that. I've got lots of tins of beans, but I'm not going to mix me couscous and beans, that's just not right. I think it's fajitas for tea. Right, okay, so that is now going to be my inside page. I'm going to use the craft card for the outside. So that's going to be the inside cover. And that's going to be the outside cover. There we go. That's the easiest way to do it. Give that a good crease down the gusset, Glynis, our gusset. Okay. I just don't know why I didn't do that in the first place, but still. Okay, so that's my front cover, that's my back cover. Ooh, lovely. Have loads of fish today. Yes, I like a bit of fish. Right, front cover. Let's get that decorated. Okay, so what I wanted to use as well was this. I just found it on Laura's website. It's the Finnabair Bindweed Wallpaper Stencil. I don't know how many she's got left, but it is an absolute bargainous price. So it's the Prima Finnabair one. And I do like a stencil, as you all know. But I just thought it went really well. I'm using set 5, Larry. Just set 5, and I'm using the chunky journal. Thanks, Denise. So I thought I would use this because it covers the whole of this section. So I thought I'd use it. So I am going to use it. So what I'm going to use is my gel medium, which is just at the side of me. I've got some texture paste, but while I've got my gel medium out, I might as well just use it, eh? So let's just, I just think it's such a lovely stencil. So let's just cover this. So you've got to be quick, because I don't know how many you've got left, Laura. but it's a bargainous price. So I'm not putting it everywhere, I'm just being quite random, but I just thought it would go so prettily with this Alice collection. So I would have done it on my handmade paper, but that was a bit of a Burton, that one. It went for a Burton. There we go. So very random, but not all of it has been done. I want to leave a little bit of extra brown showing through. Okay, so I'm going to peel that off, rip it off like a bandage. 1, 2, 3, that's off. So that's very pretty. I'll just give it to Steve. Steve, can I just give you this stencil, please? Just to give it a quick rinse. Thanks, pal. And then what I've got is some of the wow embossing powder, Queen of Hearts. Because I'm doing Alice in Wonderland, of course, I'm doing a Queen of Hearts, which is absolutely beautiful. It is one of my favourite embossing powders. So it's wow embossing powder, Queen of Hearts. And I know last time I used it, Laura had to stock back up, didn't you? Because you all wanted it. So it comes out black, red and white, and you think, oh okay, black, red and white, but you just wait till this gets heated and you'll be popping this in your baskets. I think this is probably about the 3rd bottle of this that I've got, because I think it is actually my favourite. Right, so let me just pop that back in, and then I'm just going to pour back over the bits that I've missed. I have got another bottle that's not opened yet, so this is the end of one of them. Oh, cup of tea, darling. Thanks, Stevie Wheeler. Yeah, we're on for a marathon today, sorry. I know, but I used the wrong paper to start with. I know. I tried to be ambitious. And we had technical issues, yeah. So you just wait. If you haven't seen this Queen of Hearts, you just wait. Yeah, so if you haven't got texture paste, obviously you can use your texture paste to go through it. You can use your gel medium, whatever you need to get through your stencil to make it a bit textured. And then what I'm going to do just really quickly is just take my little pokey tool and I'm just going to scrape down just that area that has the stencil in my gusset, because I just don't want to impede my gusset for my spine, and I'll just get rid of that because it's got glue on it. Okay, let's get rid of that, and then just heat that up with my heat tool. Oh, see, don't waste anything. Okay, heat tool ready. Just heating my hands up first, my hands are freezing. Okay, and then let's get going. So once it starts, just move along the bus. It'll just take a while to get going because it's quite a thick layer. And it's just starting to go. Thank you. And then I'm just going to move it along. might actually put the... If you've got earphones in, I apologise, I'm going to put it on the high heat. Right, nearly done. Right, I think I'm done. There we go. I apologise for it taking so long, but there was quite a lot of powder on there. So, let me just give that a little bit of a... Look at the glimmer on that now, look at that. Oh gosh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful, little branches with the little florals. That is just delicious. And you can keep going really, because it just bubbles up and bubbles up. But considering the first bits of colour that I put out, it's got some beautiful molten gold and little red crystally shiny bits. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. So if you've never used like used your texture paste or your gel medium through a stencil, I highly recommend it with your embossing powder. It makes it really lovely 3D effect. Very lovely. It also distorts my mat as well, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to ink around the edges now of this cover with my VersaFine Claire Fallen Leaves, just to give it a little bit of an edge to it. I don't like not doing a crisp edge with ink around the edges. It's not right and it's not clever and I don't like it, so I'm not going to do it. Let's just ink all around there. There we go. I'm just going to down the spine a little bit as well. There we go. Okay, so that's my cover, distressed. I'll do the back cover and distress that as well around the edges. I've got my dirty fingerprints everywhere, but hopefully that'll be covered with some scrapbook paper in a bit. What are you having? Steve, what are you having? Are they my noodles that I won last night in Fat Club? Steve, are they my noodles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
So better.
I know, that's funny. Honestly, I can't have anything here. Right, okay, so I've got that as my front cover. Let's get some of these little journaling cards. So what I want is like a little focal feature on the front of these. So there's absolutely beautiful, beautiful imagery on these cards. So I'm going to use these as the inserts to the little pocket pages, but I also want to find one that will be the focal point for my front cover. And I really like that one, but it's quite small. So let's just have a scooty tooty. See, that's a nice one. I think I might use maybe that one. But I do quite like that one as well, with a little pussy cat. Choices, come on, think about it. Right, choices, the cat one or the bottle. I'll let you decide. Cat or bottle? Cat or bottle? Or that one? I don't think that one will go. Right, the cat one. So I'm only going to use the cat image. That one. Or the bottle. Bottle, 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 bottle. Cat or bottle. Denise, I'm thinking it's looking more like the bottle, darling. Anybody else? Anybody else? Bottle. Soz, Denise. I'll put a cat inside, but it's the bottle for me. It's the bottle. Okay, so I'll cut this out now, but I won't put it on until I've actually put the pages together, because I know time is pushing on. So I'm just going to be really random cutting round this. You know, I don't like cutting, fuzzy cutting, whatever it's called. I don't like it, but I'll do it. I did get both sets of journaling cards. So there's this set and there's also, oh, what's the other one called, Laura? You've got two sets of journaling cards. One's the Return to Wonderland and then there's the other one from the other set. I have got both, obviously. I have to have both. Oh, I hate it. I hate it, Dee. And I don't, yeah, well, I say this every time. I don't know why it's called fuzzy cutting. It's just cutting. When I was a child, it was cutting. None of this fuzzy cutting. It's just cutting. You're using a pair of scissors. It's cutting. Okay, so that's going to be a bit of the front cover. I know I've gone over some of the embossing, but I'm okay with that. And then I'm going to still have, wherever it is, the little Lost in Wonderland, She Discovered the Magic Within. That'll just be the little cover bit. So that'll be the cover as it is. But now I want to concentrate on starting to put, exactly, Sue, it's just cutting out. So I'm going to start putting my pages together. So I want to add some scrapbook paper to the inside and outside pages. So these are 26 sheets. They're double-sided. You've just got to get over the fact that it's double-sided. Don't worry about it. The backs of them, see, I'm not particularly keen on that one, so I'm okay using these two for the inside covers. Yeah, so all I'm going to do is just cut that down to 4 3/4 by 6. Let's get my paper trimmer. So there's 6 by 6 anyway. So I just need to trim the little hanging tag off and cut that down to 4 3/4. Cut that one down to 4 3/4. Use those, keep those little strips. If ever you go into the retreat, you need to give them to Sarah John. So they'll go over there. So let's get that inked up. So let's just start to put our book together. So once you've done all your faffing about, putting the book together really doesn't take that long, I promise you. Well, I don't think it'll take long. It shouldn't do anyway. Oh, Laura, you sold out a Queen of Hearts again. Is that from today? Sorry guys. Well, sorry, not sorry. Well, it is it is the favourite of mine. It is my favourite. Sorry. How's your bindweed stencil going? That's a really pretty one, that one. Oh, you big baby, shut your trap. You alright, Waffle? Oh, he's alright, Marty. He's sat in the windowsill there now because he's sunbathing. He doesn't go out very often. Steve was quite worried about him last night because he did go out at the night, and he was the last one in, and normally he's just straight in, straight out if he goes out. But he was ages last night, wasn't he? Well, I tell you what, Laura, I have lost my my Christmas release stencils. You know, the kits, the book box kits. I can't find them anywhere. I don't know what I've done with them. See, that's too big now. That's too wide. 4.5. Let's just chop that down again. Yeah, I've no idea what I've done with them. No idea. All 3 of them. So they're obviously somewhere together, but where, I have no idea. I found all my Journal It Juniors because I'd lost 2 of those, but then I found them. But I have no idea what I've done with my box journal sets. They'll be somewhere, but I don't know where. Because I wanted to do some lives with those as well. But they'll turn up. Okay, let's glue these in place. And they're nice thick cards, these as well. Oh, don't, just wafted glue everywhere. But they have a nice weight to them. So even if you do your pocket pages and your inside pages just with cartridge paper or just thick copy paper, whatever you're using for your pages, putting these on will strengthen the pages because they are very good heavyweight scrapbook papers, these. They're a very good quality. Prima, always very good quality is Prima. Okay. Right, so they're my inside and outside covers. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the book together. And I think I only want 3 fasteners. So let's get my template back. And then this is the template for your inserts as well. But I think for these I'm only going to do 1 page. And these will fit a journaling card just by trimming it slightly. You can either use your 6x6, but why waste that when you can get the journaling cards? And you literally just have to trim a little slather off it for it to fit. And then you can have a little bit that pokes up at the top, which is your little pull out bit, but I'll show you that in a second. So let's find me cover template. Let's pop that there, and then let's just draw in 3 holes, top, middle, bottom. There, top, middle, bottom. Alright Kim, sorry darling, it'll be on YouTube, so it'll be on here as well, on That's Crafty Creatives, but I'll also upload it, once I've finished, I'll upload it to That's Crafty YouTube channel as well. And then some of you like to watch it on big screen, which I find quite scary when I'm listening back to myself. Okay, so I've got my 3 holes, front and back cover, and then I'm going to use my crocodile. Please be in the drawer. Yes, you're in the drawer. Thank you very much for being where you're supposed to be. Because I'm using ribbon, I want to use a bigger hole rather than just my pokey tool. So am I going to use the big one? I'm going to use the big one. So I'm going to use my big hole and just punch through those covers. And then I'm going to, oh come on, get out. Stack my pages up and punch them all the same, so I know that they'll be the same size. 1, 2, 3. Come on, get it. One, 2. Oh, my mum, I forgot to say, my mum did a pantomime at the weekend. Oh my goodness, she was amazing. She played the wicked stepmother in the Cinderella performance. It was fantastic. It was so funny. They had, as Prince Charming, they had a big cardboard cutout of Prince William, and he was sort of on card, and he had some little wooden blocks at the back of him so that she could carry him in and out. But his little head kept falling backwards because the cardboard kept folding. It was so funny. It was like he was like just falling asleep. And the girl that played Dandini was very good at ad-libbing. She was brilliant. And she's just like, oh, am I boring you? It was very funny. My mum was hysterical playing the evil. She kept getting booed and hissed at because she was playing the evil stepmother. It was so funny. But her makeup was so scary as well because she looked obviously like a panto dame. Big makeup, big hair. Oh, she was funny. It was very scary to watch her, but very, very brilliant. I'm so proud of her. So proud of her. I mean, she's like got a new like a new spurt in life. She joined this group that she's in. I mean, she's blooming 88 this year, my mum. And she played, you know, she played one at Leeds in pantomime. She's absolutely marvellous. I said it's mum years now. She's got her own little life, a little group she goes to. It's brilliant. Okay, so I just want the 3 there. A big end. It'll should go through all. So let's just make sure it's all lined up. Don't matter if it's a little bit wonky donkey. 1, 2, 3. I mean, you could do all 5 if you wanted to, but I think I'll get away with 3. Okay, right, so let's get me ribbon. And what I've got for some ribbon is some, I've just got some pieces of fabric that I'd used to make some glasses cases. So some of it's a bit glittery. I know, she's brilliant, Kim, honestly. I'm so proud of her. I mean, she did a thing last year where she was performing, but it was just brilliant. But she had to, a lot of them had to have the scripts, obviously, because she can't remember her lines. So they all had like different scripts in different places. So I'm going to cut 3 of these lengths. I might actually get away with just using an extra one. Let's have a look. That was just the tail end off one. It's not got much glitter on, so let's use that bit. So I'm cutting, it's probably about 1/2 inch wide. So if you haven't got fancy ribbon, cut up some old clothes. It don't matter if it frays a little bit. There we go. Right, I should be okay. With half of that, but I might just cut an extra strip. Let's just cut an extra strip. Just to be on the safe side, I'll do all big 3 long ones, and I've got plenty to play with. I think you might recognise this, Dee, if you're still there. I think this was from you. Made some lovely glasses cases, and I'm going to make a little pencil case with it as well. Right, okay, and then what I'm going to get is some beads. Some beads. So, bear with while I go into my special drawer that has beads in it. It's only next to me, I've not gone far. Okay, some beads. Right, I've got some wooden beads there. Any beads will do. Any beads will do. I always like singing Jason Donovan when I say anything will do. There we go. So that'll be the top, that'll be the middle, that'll be the bottom, and then I'm going to get my big needle, my big darning needle, so I can thread it through. La 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 la. Where's the sewing case? That's there. So we're almost nearly done. We're almost nearly done. What time are we on? We're only 12:30. We're not done too bad, have we, today? I don't think we've done very, very badly. So that's why I put the big hole as well, so I can get my big needle through it. And then let's just start the middle one. So let's thread. Thread through the first one, and I'm just going to do it 1 page at a time. So I'm going to get my bead, And these are just wooden beads. I think I got them from Tinternet, probably. And I'm just going to thread a bead on. Thread my page on. So I'm just pushing the page upside down to thread it on. Threading a bead on. Threading a page on. Threading a bead on. Threading a page on. Oops, threading a bead on. Threading a page on. Let's thread a bead on. Thread a page on. Thread a bead on. So it does use a few beads. So that's why originally I was only going to do 4 pages, but Denise made me do 6, so I'm blaming Denise for the excess of beadage. So see how big it is now and chunky, and then that then can be tied together at the side. I'm only doing it loose for now until I get all my other pages and beads on. But you can see it makes a big fat chunky with a beaded edged journal, so all the pages have space in between to play with. So I'm going to carry on and do the rest of this bead and ribbon. Talk amongst yourselves while I bead and ribbon it. So you honestly don't need a ton of pages doing it this way. Obviously, if you didn't want to use beads, you could, as Shelley suggested, put a little spacer in between with an extra piece of grey board or something in between your pages just to even it up, and put a little bit of space between the pages. So I'm just going to have a swig of my tea. But because it's Alice in Wonderland, I wanted it a little bit quirky. Yummy, yummy. So, thread from the back. Bead. Well, what I might do is actually do 2 in one go. That's clever, isn't it? Thanks, Shelley. Thank you very much. So I've actually got 2 needles there. Right, where's my other piece of jobber? There we go. Back in the room. Well, we're just putting the page together, and I'm using beads as the spacers, ugliness. So bead, thread, bead, thread, bead, thread, bead, thread. Any beads will do. These are quite big chunkies, but you could even use some little seedy beads if you don't want it as big and bubbly. Like I say, any bead will do. Obviously, you just have to change your hole size if you are only using little seed beady things. But anything that will give you a bit of a space in between. There we go. Oops. There we go. That one. Obviously, it is quicker when you do 2 needles at once. Bead. Do 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 do. Bead. Oh, nearly there now. Bead. last 4, bead, bead, oh dear, oh dear. So you do, if you're using fabric, just make sure it's strong enough and it doesn't rip in half. But you can use whatever, string, gardening string, or your twine, your twine. Right, last 2, but honestly it makes such a fab, chunky, unusual journal. I cannot tell you how lovely I like beads. There we go. And it also uses up your stash as well if you've actually got tons of beads to use up. Right, get off. Let's get the bottom of that one. And just tie that together loosely. And tie that together loosely. Let's just even it up a bit. There we go. Okay, so you need to give it a bit of a give because obviously it's got to squeeze all those pages in. So let me just adjust this one now. There we go. Okay, so I'm just adjusting. So I've got all my little beads in place. I'll just tie that in a little loose knot. Tie that in a little loose knot. And then I'll just tie this one in a little loose knot. Yep, so just make sure it's got room to breathe. I mean, it's a little bit fiddly, but do you know what? For the effect, I didn't mind. So there's my little journal. Let's just get all my beads shoved away. I mean, I have used big beads. But I've got little beads, big beads, it doesn't really matter. And then you can open your pages and decorate them as you want to. So I'm just going to decorate this one with a pocket on it. Again, I'm just going to use my scrapbook paper. So for this, it will measure approximately 4 by 6. So great for journal cards if you don't want to use your scrapbook paper, because in those journal cards there's absolutely tons of them as well. But I thought they would make nice inserts as well. It does look like a corset, doesn't it? So this is the cat one for Denise. So I'll just put this on the front. Just cut that down to 4 inches across. And it means I've got a really nice extra little thing there that'll do for a bookmark or a little tab or ticket. So don't waste these bits, and just look at when you're cutting your page whereabouts you're cutting so that you can use the extra cut off bits. Let's just cut a tiny fraction more off that. So that will then sit nicely on that page. Obviously, do any of your inking and that before you put your beads and stuff on. See, that's a nice page as well at the back. But I want the cat on that one. But if you were going to use it as a photo mat page, I would use it that way, and then you could put a photograph on that little side there. But this is just going to be a decorative page, and I'll put the photo mat page on the back of this page. So there's my little page, and then let me draw around the insert page, which is this one. So it is quite loose, a loose book, but it just means you can add so much depth to it as well. So if you're going to add 3D elements, I mean, you know, I was with my flowers from yesterday, for me crafting together live, so I've got like these little plasticky jobs, but these are great to add on to your pages, but obviously just do one page at a time to allow each of your sets of flowers to dry. So once I've done it, I'm going to decorate the pages. I'm just going to pop some of my flowers on there, but Laura's also got, there are some Prima flowers that go with these papers as well. Some of the paper flowers, I've got a box full of them as well. So, you know, just have a look what you've got in your stash. But it just means you can really add some beautiful extra little imagery and that to them. So let's just draw around this. My needles are there, so I know where to put them later. Let's try and find some more of the craft board. That'll do for me insert. So you can either do it as a double fold. It looks like Doctor Who's TARDIS, that, doesn't it? So you can either do it as a double fold card, or you could just do it as a single insert. So actually, because I've only got 2 pocket pages, I'm going to do 2 double fold cards to go in them. I'm just going to do this one first, just because I know time's pushing on, but you've got the hang and the gist of what I'll be doing to finish this journal off. And then I just need to finish that front cover as well. I know I need to do that. But we're almost there, gang. We're almost there. And I apologise if you sat there starving because you've not had your dinner yet. At least you lot can go off and get something while you're still watching. Be a bit rude if I did that, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's the double fold card. I'm going to ink around that. Obviously, if you're doing it as a single or a double, you could have a little bit of ribbon at the top that matches the ribbon from the side that you've used, so punch a little hole at the top to pull it out, but you don't have to do that, it's just another idea. So let's get my journaling cards, and this is the matching one that will go with that little cat on the front. So I just need to trim a little bit off the side of this. So let's see what that is. So it's just about 3 3/4. I don't want to cut the side of that. I might leave that one for a pocket page. Let's just get another one that I can trim down. Let's just find one. So there's 3, I think, of each one, or 4 of each one. There we go. Right, that one will do. So 3 3/4, wasn't it, that I needed to chop off. So this, a real little slather off these, a little bit off that side, and a tiny smidge off that side. So if you don't want the curved corners, because all of those journaling cards have a little curved corner, just trim them slightly. Let's give them a good brush round. See, the back's beautiful, really is beautiful. So these just as a little, if you make a little pocket for your pages, these just make lovely little journal cards just to pop out without sticking them on anything. So that'll just stick down there, just like that. Oops, don't move it, there we go. And then that then can go, and the way that I designed this, I like things that stick up and stick out and overlap. So that then will fit in there right to the bottom, but it will have a little bit that sticks up. Sometimes the little thing at the bottom impedes it, so I always stick a ruler in, top tip. So sometimes, you know, your little tab at the bottom, it impedes you putting your thing in. If you put a ruler in right at the bottom and then slide that over the top of your ruler, it tucks in where you want it to. So then when you close your book, you've got your little tab there at the top sticking up. So I think that looks quite pretty. Right, let me just tie up some of these little extra bits of ribbon. There we go. Let's tie you up out the way. Let's tie you up out the way. Let's put a little bow on you. That's it. That's better. That's better. That'll do in the middle. Right, so I had that bit for the front. Yep. So this is going to be attached. It's probably easier to do it flat. So let's just push that out of the way and I'll just let it dry. So I'm going to attach this with a little bit of gel medium. So I'm going to give it a little curve with my fingers because obviously it's a bottle and I don't want it too flat. So I'm just going to curve it, and because it is so thick, this card that I've used, it will hold its shape really well like that. So it does make it nice and round. So what I'm going to do, scrap little bit of card, mount board. I'm just going to chop some pieces down that I'm just going to stick down the centre, and I'm going to layer it up with my gel medium. So let's get going. And we'll finish this little book off. So slather a nice blobby bit of your gel medium and stick that on so it's raised, already raised off the surface. Again, another layer. You don't have to, you know, just little blobs will do, just so it adheres to the one below it. So then that sticks to that, and it depends how high you want it. As long as you don't squish it down while it dries. You see, that's really quite curved now, so I only needed 2 pieces. So then let's get some gel medium on the back, and it's like just putting a sandwich together without squashing it down. A little bit on the sides so that it's 3D. And the key is just to let it sit and dry. Don't be pressing it down. Do not press it down, or you will spoil all your lovely work in getting it all squished up. So I'm just lightly tapping that down, and that is now a massive 3D element for my front cover. It's got real depth to it. It's probably off the page about 3/4 of an inch. And then I've just got this little saying here, lost in Wonderland, she discovered the magic within. How beautiful. So let's just trim that down. Edge it with some ink. And that can just go on the bottom again with some gel medium. Oh, thanks, Sarah John. So just a little dibby dab along the bottom. And then again, don't squish it down or it'll all ooze out the sides. I'll try and make sure that's fairly even, left and right. Just push it down a little bit so it sticks. Let's try and fold that back carefully. So there we have our little album that I will complete I'll do a bit more today, and then I'll post all the bits and pieces finished. I'll probably do a little video or a reel of it to open it all up. But there we have our little Alice in Wonderland journal. I might have to play with that a bit just to make sure it's stuck down. That's it. But there we have, just a little bit different, using our set 5. We've got a lovely little fastened ribbon effect there with our beads. Give it quite a bit of room. Obviously my beads are chunky, you might only want to use the smaller beads for yours. But it looks really quite nice. I'll have 2 pocket pages, and then I've got single pages and a couple of flip out pages as well. But there we are, lovelies. Thank you so much for sticking with me this morning. I know it was a long one, but I've really enjoyed it. So I'll let that dry. Don't forget to check out the brand new things on Laura's website, the new MDF mushroom bookends. I think that's going to go in my basket, and the windmill. They're all beautiful. But thank you so much. So watch out for the YouTube once the video once I upload it. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you probably Friday afternoon on Journaling Templates group. Jo's back next Monday for her live, and also tomorrow I'm going to be doing a little project for a Wednesday blog on That's Crafty Creatives page, so look out for me make for tomorrow as well. Alright, lovelies, have a lovely afternoon, and I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks so much, Laura, for putting all the links. Thanks everybody for all your comments. I'll just have to throw something at Steve. Oh no, he's there now, he's ready to finish. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for being helpful this morning. See you later. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.